Hello, how you doing? It's Phil Thatch, and today I'm going to be messing around with the OM system, OM-1 Mark II, and its built-in focus stacking, which is cool. Really cool feature that this camera has. And I've got a little camera set up so you can see my screen. I've got a vinyl Mickey Mouse toy that came with an old Wii U video game that I thought might be a nice subject to focus stack. And let's get started. Let's see how you do it, first of all. Let's go into the OM-1 Mark II menus. So in the menus, you've got camera 1, camera 2, autofocus, lots of different areas. But the focus stacking area is in camera 2. Now, you'll see here is focus bracket. Focus bracket will make lots and lots of pictures and adjust the focus a little bit, but it won't stack them. You have to stack them yourself. To do focus stacking, you come over here to right there in the purple camera 2 menu, first page, fourth item down. Click on that. Of course, the first thing you're going to do is turn it on. Now, the maximum number of shots you can use is 15. And I've got it set on 15 just so I can make sure and get this whole thing in one time. And you can set the focus differential. That's how far the focus changes. If you have it set to 1, the focus moves a little bit. If you have it set to 10, the focus moves a lot. And I did some experimenting earlier and I found that 4 was working pretty good. Now this next item, charge time, this is for if you're using a flash, which is really cool because there is another manufacturer that lets you do in-camera focus stacking, but it does not let you use a flash. And while I'm not going to use a flash for this example, I plan on using flash in the future with my focus stacking. And you can set how long in between pictures. The minimum is 0 seconds. And then you got 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second, and some experimenting worked good with my flash. The flash would recharge and fire at the proper power, waiting 2/10 of a second between pictures. And then there's half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds. But like I say, I've found that I can get away with a half a second. But we are not using flash, so we're going to set it to 0. And now let's compose our picture of the mouse, which I already have it kind of composed. You may be able to see this little box that goes around your subject. My background is so dark you can't see it much, but there is a little line that's maybe 5% in all the way around the frame, and that's when it stacks, it will have that amount. So compose for that box, not for the outside of the frame, and that will take care of any focus breathing that your lens might have. I've worked with another brand, and with that brand, you need to set your focus point at the very closest thing to you, and the camera will make a shot of that and then move further and further away. But with focus stacking on this OM system, OM-1 Mark II, you can set it maybe a third of the way into the frame, and it'll make a shot where you focus, and then it'll back up and make a couple of shots, and then it'll go forward. So I'm going to focus right on his eye, even though there is parts of his hand and things like that that are closer to me than his eye is. All right, we are focused. We're going to hit the shutter. It's making the shots, and now it is stacking the shots. It did 15 shots pretty quick. Now it's doing the stacking. And now it is done. Let's take a look at them now and see how they look. Okay, here is the 15 photos that the camera made and the one stacked image. This is the first image. This is the one where I focused right in this area and made this shot. And then the camera backed the focus up substantially. As you'll see here in shot number 2, the camera has focused much closer to us. In fact, it's so much closer to us that the hand's not in focus. Now we'll move back into the frame a little bit, still not finding focus on the hand. So this image will probably not be used at all in the stack. And here is number 4, and here is number 5, starting to get some sharpness on this hand that's in the foreground. Here's number 6. Very sharp on the hand now. Probably lots of data from this shot will be used in our final stack. Not sharp on the face of Mickey yet. And now here's number 7, which has Mickey's pants pretty sharp. And there's number 8, which looks like now it's moved far enough back to where the furthest thing back in the scene is this foot here. And it's nice and sharp in this shot. Here's number 9. There's still a pretty good bit of sharpness on this back foot. And by the time we get to 10, nothing's in focus again. I probably could have just done 9 shots instead of the full 15, but I wanted to do 15 to make sure I got it on the first try. And there's number 11, and there's number 12, and there's number 13. The focal point is getting further and further into the background now. And here's number 14, and here's number 15. But just wait till you see number 16. Number 16 is the focus stack that the OM system OM-1 Mark II did in camera. And this photo has not been edited at all. This is what the camera gave me right here. Look at the sharpness front to back. Everything's looking great. The hand in the foreground is nice and sharp. The foot in the background is nice and sharp. And everything in between is nice and sharp. So the focus stacking in the OM system OM-1 Mark II works very well indeed. Thanks for watching this demonstration of the focus stacking that's built in to the OM system OM-1 Mark II. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, reach down, hit the thumbs up button. That helps me out a lot. If you want to see some more stuff like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.